Greetings, my friends. Jimmer Lins here with your Source Filmmaker Tip of the Day. Today is Tip of the Day number 77. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and a real quick shout out to everybody who's been making so many nice comments welcoming me back from my extended hiatus. Thank you. I'm really glad that you guys are happy to see me, and it's really cool to know that you've been looking for me, so I appreciate that. Hopefully, we won't have another lengthy absence like that. All right, on to today's tip. For today's tip of the day, I'm going to depart a little bit from my usual style of these tips, which is to frequently show you something like some sort of element of Source Filmmaker that you might not have known about, or to show you a specific technical technique, or go through some menus where we type things in, or we copy and paste something from one place to another to produce a specific effect. Today, I'm going to talk something a little bit more about workflow, what I call workflow, which is to kind of like help people identify what really works for them when they're doing their Source Filmmaker projects. I know one problem that I have is I have a ton of ideas for videos, and then I will sit down and I'll start working on it, but then I will very quickly find myself caught up in one specific element of it. It's because most of my video ideas, and probably for many of you, the same thing, you have one idea and you think that would make a great video, but then you realize that there's a whole bunch of additional detail that needs to go into it to make the video work. You can't just have one simple thing that is really cool and then have the rest of it not be there. You know, it's going to be, what are the scenes going to look like, how it's going to flow, where are they going to go, what's going to happen. But then you find yourself getting caught up, well, how do I make this camera work? Or how do I get this one facial expression to animate properly? Or how do I get this scene transition to work? And then you realize hours later, you just spent hours working on 5 seconds of video, and that video is beautiful, but then you come up, hours later and realize I can't even use all this work that I did, because it's all completely going to be blown away by the fact that I have a different idea, or I had a better idea for fixing this other problem. The simple truth is that you need to have a good idea of what your scene is going to look like well in advance of doing any complicated or detailed animation. And the technique that you use to do that is called storyboarding or blocking. What you're going to do is construct a series of still static shots that just represent the specific elements of your scene, but none of it's going to be animated, and it's all going to be extremely crude. Source Filmmaker provides some good tools for doing this, thankfully, so you don't need to go to separate application to do this. You can storyboard your shots and your scenes and your videos in Source Filmmaker, and I strongly recommend that you do so. You block out everything so you have a good idea of what it will look like before you get into the details of animating things. And it also gives you an opportunity to refine your video. So as you're doing this, you'll come up with additional ideas and say, oh, you know what? I want to add this here, and then I want to add this there, and I want to do this, and I'm going to change this. We're going to get rid of this other thing. And it allows you to get a lot of your ideas refined before you've cast anything in stone by spending a huge amount of time on something really, really finely detailed. So the basic idea of storyboarding is you're creating a sort of an outline. You're drawing the broad strokes of your video, of your scene or your animation in a way that allows you to refine it by iterating on it, as opposed to coming up with fully composed elements of every shot before you go on to the next. Many people move in order. They start at the beginning and they think, I'm going to go from second 0 to the 60-second mark, and we're just going to do each shot in sequence, and as soon as each one is finished and polished, we'll be done with it. That's not really how it works. You do need to have a good idea of what your shot's going to look like well before you get into the details of animating it. As by way of demonstration, I'm going to show you some really, really simple storyboarding. This will only take a couple of minutes, but it's going to demonstrate some of the principles of it. I'm going to have a sniper, and he's going to be in the shot, and then he's going to look across the room, and he's going to see his sniper rifle lying on the floor, and he's going to walk over to it and pick it up. And that's it. We're just going to have the sniper rifle find his rifle, walk over and get it. We're going to have the sniper find his rifle, walk over and pick it up. Super simple, just by way of demonstrating what this will do. So the first thing that we'll do here, I've got a scene set up here, and there's already a camera in it. I'm going to add an animation set for a model, and so I'm going to put in a sniper here. All right, and then I'm going to put the sniper, we're going to just start him on the disc in the middle. All right, and you'll notice I have all times selected in the motion editor, and I'm actually, since I did something earlier, I'm going to just go with the playhead preset on the camera so there's no animation of the camera. I don't want that to happen. Adjust the camera here. I've got all times selected. I'm going to bring the camera in and around. Okay, he's here, and I want the sniper to be in something other than this static default pose, which is just sort of boring. So we'll have him. We're not going to spend much time on this. Remember, we're storyboarding. We're not doing anything complicated. So even if this is not the pose you want him to be in, if it's close enough, then go with it. And this is close enough, okay? And it also gives me an opportunity to see, okay, he's a little shorter when he's not standing like he's got to stick up his butt. All right, so there. Now the sniper is just going to be here in this shot. Okay, we're done. All right, that's good enough to start with. The camera's on him. Now, for the second shot, we're going to move forward about a second or so. Oh, the sniper's moving. Okay, so the first thing I also want to do is select all time. And remember, these want to be static. So I'm just going to grab the sniper, and I'm going to apply the playhead preset. And now he's not moving, because I don't want him to actually be moving. I only imported the sequence to give him a different pose than that stupid default arms flayed out to the side pose that the models all start in. Okay, so this is good enough for now. The second shot, I want the sniper to turn his head. So we're going to move the playhead forward about a second or so. And I have to move time, the selected time. Don't do this with all time, because then you'll do the whole thing. So you gotta make sure you do the right steps here. You can blade your shots and do it that way. I prefer to do it this way. You'll probably want to adapt your technique to whatever works for you. So you got to make sure that the playhead is within the selected area. I'm going to grab his head, and his head will turn a bit. And then I'm going to grab his spine, and we'll turn that and grab his other spine. Hey, what's that? What's that over there, mate? Okay, so again, very simple. We're not doing anything complicated here. So he's here, turns and looks. Okay, great. He spotted something. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is we're going to pan out a little bit and have the camera move. So again, I move time forward so I don't accidentally overwrite what I've already done. And something else you can do that I find useful is, you can put in some bookmarks from time to time. I can get rid of this bookmark. That's an extra from earlier. Get rid of it for avoid confusion. I'll frequently put in bookmarks at the points where I'm going to be doing this stuff. You don't have to. It's just a kind of like a helpful kind of thing. All right, so the camera is going to move out and is going to pan over, and we're going to see that the sniper has spotted his beloved rifle sitting on the floor where it probably shouldn't be. Okay, so now we've got this boom, boom. And notice I didn't do any transition. I didn't animate the camera. I didn't make it dolly out. I didn't even change its field of view. All of those are things that you'll want to do later. All of that refinement to make it look sexy, to make it look cool, to do all of the cool camera tricks and all of the cool animation tricks and the walk cycles and all that, leave it for later. You're doing very, very broad strokes right now. Okay, so the sniper has spotted this thing. I'm going to, again, advance the time that we've got selected forward a little bit. And you'll notice I'm also not even caring about the timing. I can adjust the timing later. I don't care if it takes 3 seconds between storyboard shots or 1 second between storyboard shots. As long as it's within like some sort of order of magnitude and it's not like 10 seconds between shots, it's not that important, because the important thing is that we get the right sequence of poses and shots and so forth put together that we can go back and refine later. So, all right, so I've got this now moved forward a little bit, and I'm going to have the sniper, actually, nope, I'm going to go back to here a bit, and we're going to add a sniper rifle, because he has to see the sniper rifle, so I left that out. So we're going to add a particle set, or add a animation set for the sniper rifle. All right, it's right here. Put it on the floor, tip it so it's at least looking like it's somewhat reasonably lying on the floor. And you'll notice I'm not getting complicated about where it is. It's clipping through the floor a little bit. Don't care. This is storyboarding. We're not getting into anything refined here. So again, just reviewing it real quick. He turns. There's his sniper rifle on the floor. Hooray. Okay, we move forward a little bit. All right, now the sniper's going to walk over to his beloved sniper rifle. So we grab this and we move him over a little bit. I press the shift key to keep him on the floor. Going to make him about halfway. And I'm also going to just import a new sequence here of him. We're going to do the run. That way it looks like he's doing something other than walking. And you'll notice it also modified his head a little bit. So I'm going to grab the head and I'm going to turn it and grab the neck and the spine and make sure that he's looking like he's actually interested in the rifle. Okay, that's good enough. And now that we've got that and the sniper, you'll notice that if you pulled in a sequence that actually animates, it'll be animated, and you might want to grab it and just grab the playhead preset and just make sure it stays static like I did earlier. Okay, so now we've got several. We'll put in another bookmark just for completion's sake here, and then. All right, sniper turns. What's that? Oh, it's my rifle. All right, I'm going to walk over there. Great. All right, and then the next shot, we're going to move it forward a little bit more and move the playhead into the selected area. All right, sniper, you're going to walk over here, and now you're here, and we're going to grab your spine, and you're going to... Oops, wrong. Oh, that's what's going on. I accidentally unselected stuff there. Come on now. I don't know how I did that. Okay. All right, so bip pelvis will work. No, it won't. I keep forgetting that will turn the whole model. So bip spine, bend over. You know what? Maybe I'll just import a crouch animation. That might be better, a little easier. Let's see. How about reload crouch primary? Nope, that didn't do anything. So, all right. Well, again, we don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this kind of stuff. It's just very, very simple. We want to make it as dirt simple as possible. So we don't need to get into too many elements of all this weird posing and stuff. Just don't make it a major issue. And okay, now there's something else that I want to do here. This will be kind of cool. All right, so now that he's walked over there, now that he's next to his sniper rifle, now I'm going to change this a little bit. We're going to have the camera move in. Okay. All right, we're showing just the sniper rifle. This is an idea I just had. This is what storyboarding helps. I didn't think about this before, but now what I can do is I can say, all right, I want the sniper's hand. We're going to bring in the work camera a little bit here. I want the sniper. We want to see the sniper's hand grabbing his rifle. So we're going to grab, his hand and arm and stuff. And you know what? Because we're just storyboarding this, I'm going to grab his pelvis and I'm going to take. Let's see. I'm going to take the work camera out a little bit. And because we're just storyboarding and I don't want to do anything complicated here, I'm just actually going to drag him straight down. That way I don't have to do anything weird with posing his body or anything like that. And you'll notice he's not appearing in the main camera shot. This lets us see what the shot will look like. And then I'm just going to grab his arm, and I'm just going to drag it around, and we'll just use the translation handle. See, you'll notice that this is really crude. It's really grotesque, and it's okay because we don't really even care about that at this point. All we want to do is get the most basic elements of the shot in place. And you might even want to put a rig on this just to make it a little simpler. I didn't do that. Probably should have, but that's okay. So, okay, and make it look like he's reaching out to grab it. Turn the arm a little bit. Again, we're not making this super complicated, although I can definitely do so. All right, that's good enough. We can see, all right, he's reaching out for the rifle. And if we look at it in the work camera, that looks like complete horseshit. But on the left, it looks okay. And it gives us a sense of what's going on, okay? And then in the next one, so now let's just review here what we've got. I'm going to put in another bookmark. And then if we go back to the beginning, all right. Oh, what's that over there, mate? Oh, it's my rifle. Okay, we're going to walk over there. We're going to bend over. We're going to pick it up. All right, so then we've gotten a lot of our shots so far. This is great. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab the sniper. We're going to move time forward a little bit, maybe put in another bookmark. Going to grab the sniper, and we're going to move him upward. Oh, not his arm. Might help if I grabbed the sniper as opposed to his whole arm. Okay, there we go. Let's see. There we go. That'll be a little easier. Just drag him upward, move the work camera out, and yeah, and then we're going to grab the rifle. Where's the sniper rifle? There it is, the sniper rifle. We're going to drag it up, and we're going to need to move the camera up a little bit here so that we're actually seeing him holding it. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go ahead and import a sequence where the sniper is now standing with his primary. Okay, so he's picked up his sniper rifle, and we are going to put him on the floor, he said, with a completely misplaced sense of confidence. How did I screw this up? Oh, that's why I'm outside the... He's not visible because he's outside the map. I think I probably moved something with his root transform at some point, but that's okay. If you run into problems with some of these models or something like that, just, you can get rid of them and replace them if you want. It's not that big a deal. There we go. As soon as I can get it actually back into the scene. All right. And then I'm going to have the camera move to here. We're going to get a close-up of him. He's got his sniper rifle, and he's happy. And we're going to grab the sniper, and we'll just bind his weapon bone and make some more room here. Other weapon bone. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Sniper rifle, default. Okay, now the sniper is happy. He's got his weapon in hand, and we can see that. Okay, so now let's kind of like look at what we've got so far. The sniper looks over, picks it up, grabs it, bends down. It's got it in his hand, sniping. Good job, mate. Okay, now notice he's animated again, so I'm just going to grab the sniper. I'm going to say, playhead. I want you to hold still. All right, and then, you know what? I think for our last shot, I want him to be a happy sniper now that he's got his rifle. He's a happy little sniper. And so we're going to grab him one more time. We're going to do a close-up shot, and I'm going to grab we're going to... Let's see. Oh, that's right. We're going to give him a quick smile here. Emotions. There it is. There. Happy. The happy sniper. Okay, now, reviewing this real quick. Okay, he turns, he walks over, he takes a step, he bends down to pick up his rifle. There's he picking it up. He's got it. He's happy. All very, very simple. And now I could go back and say, you know what? Now I want an establishing shot here. I want to come in and show the sniper standing there without his weapon. So I'll add another camera angle that shows him standing there, and maybe a close-up where he looks unhappy that he doesn't have it. So now I've had all these ideas, and it's really easy to continue to refine that story. And I've told a very, very, very small story in purely static images, and it only took me about 5-10 minutes to do, as opposed to spending hours doing all of the little things that I know we all want to get to, because that's the fun part. That's the cool part. But you're going to find that it'll be, if you really, really hold yourself to the principle of doing the storyboard first, you will find that your videos will be much more refined. It'll have a better quality to them, and you'll know what the story will be before you finish, and that will help you avoid going down blind alleys and spending a lot of time on things that you end up not using, which I know I have done many times, and I'm sure many of you watching have also done. So with that, that's your tip of the day number 77. Storyboard, 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 block, block, block. Block out all your shots, storyboard all your scenes, and you will find that your videos will be the better for it. I hope that this has been helpful. I am Jimmer Lins. This has been your tip of the day number 77. I look forward to the next one. I'm not sure what it will be, but if you have any thoughts on what it should be, leave me some suggestions in the comments, and I look forward to bringing you the next one. In the meantime, enjoy using Source Filmmaker and have a wonderful day.